Right, students. Let us continue our discussion on problems of charge electrostatic potential. We discussed till 14th problem, and you should be you should have completed the previous problems left by yourself. Okay, I have left some questions which are easy and similar to that of what I have already solved. So you should be completing them. Right. Let us move ahead for the next question. Question number 15 is as follows. Two tennis spheres carrying 1.5 microcoulomb and 2.5 microcoulomb are located 30 centimeter apart. Find the potential A, the first sub question, at the midpoint of the line joining the two charges. Okay. And B, at a point 10 centimeter from this midpoint in a plane normal to the line and passing through the midpoint. Okay. So, there are first let us look into the arrangement of charge. The arrangement is as follows. There are two charges 1.5 microcoulomb and 2.5 microcoulomb located 30 centimeter apart. So, let me say this be that 1.5 microcoulomb charge, tennis sphere, one of the sphere, and let this be the other 2.5 microcoulomb charge. Okay, and these two charges are separated by 30 centimeter, right, which is 0.3 meter. Okay, and now we need to find the potential at first at the midpoint of the line joining the two charges. So, this is the line joining the two charges, and at the midpoint, say let me name this as O, point O, and let me call this point as A and this point as B. And now we need to find the potential at this point O. Okay, and that is first part of the question, part A, 15A. Then okay, let us solve for this first and then go for the second part of the question, part B part of the question. Now at point O we have potentials contributing both from charge kept at A and charge kept at B, right. So, total potential at O is equal to potential due to charge at A at at O, okay, plus potential due to charge at B at O. Okay. So, this charge A will give certain potential at this point and this charge B will give certain potential at this point. Both of them will add up to give the net potential. Why do they add up? They are positive charges on both the spheres, so they will add up. So, once I will write the formula, V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Okay, now V becomes equal to, from these two 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is common. Okay, I will take that out. This is Q A by R A. What is R A? R A is the distance from O to A. Okay, plus Q B by R B. What is R B here? R B is the distance from O to B. Following? Right. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9 divided by, since RA is equal to RB, right, since the point chosen is the midpoint, this length is equal to this length, which is equal to 30 centimeter, which I can take out and will become 30 into 10 to the power of minus 2. And what's left inside is QA plus QB. What is QA? 1.5 microcoulomb. Micro I will take out, plus 2.5 microcoulomb. Micro is 10 to the power of minus 6. I have taken micro 10 to the power of minus 6 as the common factor and kept it out. And now let us simplify. So, it is 3 tens are 3 3s are which is 3 into 1.5 plus 2.5 is 4 by okay, let me put all the powers of 10 now. 10 to the power of 9 minus 6 minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, coming to the numerator becomes plus 1, which is equal to 12 into 10 to the power of 9 minus 6 plus 3, 3 plus 1, 4. So, the total potential, net potential at point O, okay, I can call it as VO, that is also fine. The total potential at point O is 12 into 10 to the power of 4 volt, okay, quite easy. So, this is the answer for the first part of the question. So, now we have found the potential at this point, okay. Now, look at the second part of the question. At a different point now, second part of the question, part B, at a point 10 centimeter from this midpoint, okay, at a point 10 centimeter from this point, in what direction? We don't know. Let us see. 10 centimeter from this midpoint in a plane, okay, in this plane. You can take any point on the plane, in the plane normal to the line, okay. For this line, the plane considered should be normal, okay. When I say plane, you can choose the point 10 centimeter here, 10 centimeter here, 10 centimeter here, 10 centimeter here. All those points are valid. So, since all those points are all valid, I will take a point here, okay, since that point lies on the plane, okay. This point, which is at 10 centimeter from plane normal to the line, okay, normal to this and passing through the midpoint. So, this is the point, 10 centimeter is this length. Let me call this point as P now, okay, and we need to find the total potential at this point P, which we can consider as Vp, okay, right. Let us simplify for Vp now, the total potential at P. Now, potential at P, which is again equal to sum of the potentials at point P due to charge at A plus potential at point P due to charge at B, okay. If you want the terms to be more clearer, you can consider this as Vp and this as Vap and Vbp, both are fine, okay. You can name it either V1, V2, VA, VB, VAB, VBB, that is all left to you, okay. You can decide, but you should be knowing what are those stand for. Now, let me write the general formula again. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R, and the total potential V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is common, and inside I have QAP, okay, charge is always the same, charge at A, by R AP, distance from A to P, plus QB by R BP, distance from B to P. So, first we should have that distance from A to P and B to P, which are actually equal, since it is the bisector and these two lengths are equal. So, these two lengths will be equal, AP will be equal to BP. And look at this, this is 15 centimeter, right, and this is 10 centimeter, here it is. So, this will be root of 15 squared plus 10 squared, which is root 15 squared is 225 plus 100 root 325. Simplify this and get the answer, okay. After simplification, you will have that nearly equal to, because root 384 is 18, so it is nearly equal to 18 centimeter, which is this AP and BP both are equal to 18 centimeter now. Let me substitute them here. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into, what is QA? It is 1.5 microcoulomb, which I can take as a common factor and the micro part can be taken outside, similar to the previous case. And here I will directly take this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught RAP RBP is equal to 18 centimeter. I will directly take that out, 18 into 10 to the power of minus 2, and QA is 1.5 plus 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, 9 ones are 9 twos are 1.5 plus 2.5 is 4 by 2 into 10 to the power of 9 minus 6 plus 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 into, therefore it is 2 into 10 to the power of 9 minus 6 is 3 plus 2, 5 volt, right. Is it right? Yes. Our 2 into 10 to the power of 5 volt. Please check the previous answer. I think I wrote it 10 to the power of 4. The answer for the previous one is 10 to the power of 5 itself. Means potential at O is VO is equal to, check it once, there might be some error, I am not sure. It is 2.4 into 10 to the power of 5 volt. Okay. So that is the potential at O, and potential at P is this much, 2 into 10 to the power of 5 volt. Okay. Good. So because potential at O has to be greater, right? Because point O is close to A and B compared to point P, right? That is why the potential at O must be greater than potential at P, and this is how much is the value. Okay. Yeah. The question is done, it is answered, but we can expect the extension of question. Okay. What might happen, what extra they might ask for is, they can give you a charge, a test charge, a small charge, which has to be moved from either P to O or O to P. Okay. Say from P to O itself. Now, if you want to move a given charge small q from P to O, how much work need to be done? This is the way they can ask you the question. Okay. If they ask you the question like this, okay, then the amount of work that you need to do is potential difference between points P and O, right? Delta V times Q, remember that? Delta V is VO minus VP, final potential minus initial potential, into Q, right? So that is the work which has to be done in moving the charge from given charge from that Q charge, small q, from P to O, that you can solve. Okay. This is a little extra extension of the given question. And one more thing that you can do, you can expect is, if a charge kept at O and released freely, okay, if a charge kept at O and released freely, or is moved towards point P, okay, with a gentle push. If a charge at O is situated in rest, is moved gently from O to P, okay. If a small charge is made to move from O to P like this with a gentle push, then what is the velocity of that charge at P? That can be asked. Okay. Competitives, in competitive, they can ask these kind of questions. What happens? What you need to do is, see, at this position, it had certain the potential at this position can be found, right? So the potential energy of the charge at this point can also be found, right? The potential energy, which is U is equal to VQ, right? U is equal to VQ is the potential energy of this charge at this point. So potential at this is VO, right? Therefore, if you keep a charge small q at this point, this charge will have the potential energy VOQ. and at this point it will have the potential energy Vpq, right? At point P it will have the potential energy Vpq. And now the difference of potential energies. See, when the charge move from point O to point P, it loses certain potential energy, right? The charge upon moving from O to P will lose certain potential energy. Where will that potential energy go? That difference of potential energy, UO minus UP itself is converted into kinetic energy of the body. Okay. So, if I say potential energy of this charge given at this point is UO, and potential energy of this charge, the same charge at this point P is UP, then UO minus UP, the loss of potential energy happened, is equal to the gain in kinetic energy of the same charge, which is half m v squared. Following? So, because energy has to be conserved and there is no way to lose the energy, it is not neither converting in the form of heat or any other form. So, it is loss of potential energy which has given rise to this much of velocity, kinetic energy, and hence you can get the velocity provided you have mass of the charge. Okay, that itself, the mass will also be given, so that you can obtain this velocity at this point. Clear? This is how they can extend the questions. Clear on this? Okay, next question is on electric dipole. Let us go and see the problem. Question number 16. An electric dipole consists of two opposite charges, each of magnitude 5 nanocoulomb. Okay. So, magnitude is 5 nanocoulomb, which means that one of the charge is plus 5 nanocoulomb and the other charge is minus 5 nanocoulomb, right? Separated by 0.03 meter. The distance of separation is 3 centimeter, 0.3003 meter. Calculate the potential energy of the dipole when placed with its axis, okay, axis of the dipole, making an angle of 60 degree with uniform electric field, experiences a torque of 4√3 Newton meter. So, first let us draw the diagram. So, there is uniform electric field given. And we have an electric dipole. That electric dipole will have two equal and opposite charges, negative and positive. Okay, so let me draw this here, a negative charge and a positive charge, and this is the axis of the dipole, which is similar to the which will have the same direction of the dipole moment of the electric dipole. And now what they have given is the angle between this axis and this electric field is 60 degree, right? This much is given, and the charges here are, this is a negative charge, are minus 5 nanocoulomb and this is plus 5 nanocoulomb. Okay, right, now let us work for, so what is asked to find actually? Charge of the dipole given is 5 nanocoulomb, magnitude of the charge, and the length of the dipole is 0.03 meter, right? It's actually 2a, the total distance of separation. What is asked to find? The potential energy of the dipole U has to be found when placed with its axis, making an angle of 60 degree with an uniform electric field, which we have considered as E, experiences a torque of 4√3 nanometer. So, torque experienced is also given. how much is that? 4 root 3 nanometer, right? So we have torque with us, and U has to be found. The formula of U, the potential energy of an electric dipole in the external electric field, uniform electric field U, is, as we have discussed, it's P dot E, right, which is equal to Pe cos theta. But among this Pe cos theta, do we have P directly given? No, but we can obtain P, not a problem. P is equal to Q into 2A. Yes, we can get it, fine. Do we have E with us? No, we do not. Can we get E? Yes, we can. In order to get E, we can make use of tau given, right, because tau is equal to P sin theta, right. We can get E using the formula of tau, then substitute back to it. Okay, first let me work for P. Do we have the value of theta? Yes, we have. It is 60 degree. Okay, now P becomes equal to 2AQ, and P is 2 into the distance of separation 2A. Okay, again this the 2A itself is the total distance of separation 0.03. Okay, so it's 0.03 into, what is the charge on each of them? It is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 9. So dipole moment of the given electric dipole is 0.15 into 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb meter. Now we have P with us, right? Next, what is left? E has to be found. What is that E? How do we find? Making use of tau. What is tau equal to? Tau equal to Pe sin theta. Okay. What is tau? Tau is 4 root 3, which is equal to P is 0.15 into 10 to the power of minus 9 into E has to be found into sin 60. Okay, let me put the value of sin 60 directly, but you should do the step properly. Okay, because I don't have much space left. So sin 60 is root 3 by 2, right? Root 3 cancels, 2 comes here, becomes 6, 8 by 0.15, okay, 8 by 0.15, is it right? Yes. And the value 10 to the power of minus 9 comes this side and becomes plus 9 into 10 to the power of 9, which is equal to E. Simplify this, can make use of calculator, and after simplifying you will get it. E is equal to 5.33 into 10 to the power of 10 Newton per coulomb. Okay, this is the amount of electric field present at this region. Okay, this is E. 5.33 into 10 to the power of 10 Newton per coulomb is the field at present in this region. We obtained E now. Okay, so we have E with us, P with us, and also theta. Put all of them into this equation. That's it. You have the value of U. Right. So U will now become equal to P is 0.15 into 10 to the power of minus 9 into, what is E? E is 5.33 into 10 to the power of 10, right. So P is done, E is done into cos 60, right. What is cos 60? Cos 60 is half. Simplify this, make use of calculator, and hence the final potential energy that you will get. Yeah, so we forgot to put the negative sign. Okay, we should have it. So it's minus, finally, after making use of calculator, you should get the final potential energy stored in this dipole due to the application of this much of electric field on it is U is equal to minus 4 joules. Clear? Good. So, dear students, till now we have completed the problems based on electrostatic potential part. Okay. And from the next class we will be doing the problems on capacitance part, the same chapter, but it is the second part of the chapter, which is capacitance. Yeah, they are not that much connected, potential part and the capacitance part. They are different kind of approach when it comes to numericals. So, we will discuss the rest of the problems which are based on capacitance from the next class. Okay, fine. So, thank you.